Hello family, this is Dee from the Blank with a tutorial on how to set up the Workforce 7310. Now this is Epson's newest wide format printer, and really curious to see if it will be okay for sublimation. Of course, with this printer, it takes the 812 cartridges, and of course it does not have a resettable chip. Okay, but before we get started, if you are watching, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button so that you can make sure that you come back for all of the tutorials that we have. Okay, so as I was saying, this is Epson's newest wide format workforce printer, meaning it takes the cartridges. This one takes the 812 XL cartridge. Okay, the problem with this cartridge is that there is not a resettable chip as of yet. Okay, so did a little bit of research. I was able to find some chips for the empty cartridges. Okay, so what I want to do today is I want to go ahead and test everything out so that you guys can see if you can go ahead and get this printer for sublimation. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to follow all of the instructions that the printer is telling me to do. Okay, now when you first get the printer, it's going to have all the blue tape and everything on it. You're going to have to set up your language and your time and all that stuff. I've already done all of that because I don't want to be on here too long. Okay. And then it's going to say, go ahead and put the original cartridges in. Okay. So I'm going to do exactly what the printer is telling me to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in the original cartridges that came with the printer. All right. And once I do that, I'm going to take you over and show you the empty cartridges and the chips that we have for these cartridges that we're going to try out today. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cartridges in. These are the original cartridges that came with the printer. So now I have put the original cartridges in that came with the printer. Okay. Like I said, this is a test. I'm pretty sure it's going to work, but I want to make sure that our chips are going to work that we purchased. That way, if you guys need the chips, and the empty cartridge, you guys can get those from us. Okay. All right. So I've put the actual cartridges in. I'm gonna go ahead and close it. And once I close it, it's gonna go ahead and do an initializing stage. Okay. So once it initializes, we're gonna go ahead and get started. But before I get started, just a little bit about this printer. You can print up to 13 by 19 inches wide. And I think that's the issue that a lot of people are having. They're not able to really find the printers that print wide. And that's why I really wanted to test out this 7310 along with our chips to see if it'll work for you. Okay. So the difference with this printer and like the 7210, the 7710, 7720 is that you can only print from the back with the 13 by 19 paper. You can only print from the rear feed tray right here. With tray 1 and 2, you can only go up to 11 by 17. Okay, so if you're doing 13 by 19, you're going to have to use this back tray right here. Okay, all right, so it is initializing. And now I'm going to show you our cartridges. So we have the empty cartridges in stock. Okay, we're going to put the link to all of these products in the description. Okay, so this is the empty 812 cartridge. We have these on our website. Okay, and then what you're going to need is the chip that goes along with it. Okay, so we have these chips. We're testing it out as we speak. We want to make sure that they are good to go before you guys can purchase them. Okay, now this is a one-time chip. One-time chip, meaning when the ink is empty, you have to replace the chip. Okay, so we're testing it out to make sure that it's good. That way when your ink is empty, you can come back and get you another chip and you can just continue with your business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to put the chip on. And then, well, you know what? I'll go ahead and finish refilling it. And then I'll put the chip on. Okay. Now, I've already filled all of my other colors. And I'm going to show you how to do the black. All right. So I'm going to take my ink, the blank spot ink. Check the description. Make sure you get your ink from us. It is a awesome, awesome, vibrant ink. I'm going to take my syringe, go ahead and get my black ink. And normally I have gloves on, but I'm only doing this one. I've already done the other, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so with this cartridge, you have what looks like to be 3 different holes. Okay, this hole right here at the back, that's going to be your vent plug. Okay, we're going to take this out once we put the cartridges in the printer. We're going to take that out. You don't ever want to print with your vent hole plug. Okay, this right here looks like a hole, but it's not really anything. This is the hole right here that you're going to put the ink in. All right, this one right here. Okay, on this one, it's right here. Okay, at the top. Okay, this is your back, this is your top. So we're going to go ahead and stick it down in there. I'm going to turn it around so you can see it. And this is the black that I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill the black. And this one takes about 2 of these syringes, and this is a 12 milliliter syringe. Okay, so I'm filling that up. Okay, I'm gonna go get some more black ink, and this is the initializing is complete, so we can get started with that as soon as I'm done filling the black up. Like I said, remember all of this, the links for the description of everything that I'm using is going to be in the description. All right, so let me turn it back this way so you guys can see that it's filling up. It is filling up nicely. Now you may see some bubbles. Don't worry about it. Like that. They will eventually settle. So I'm just gonna basically just take, it's good to have some alcohol wipes on hand. So I'm just taking my alcohol wipe and just, you know, dab that off so that I can continue. Now this can get a little messy. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. So just make sure you have your gloves on. All right. I'm just gonna continue. Yep. More bubbles. I think I'm at the top, so I don't need to put any more in there. Normally you have the bubbles when you're at the top, when it's pretty much almost full. Okay, so I'm not gonna fill it up anymore. I'm just gonna go ahead. Once I'm done filling it, I'm gonna go ahead and plug the ink hole back up. Come on, get in there. So I plug the ink hole back up. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get the chip for my black, and I'm going to slide it on. So this is, once we check it out and everything is good, these are the chips that you guys will be able to purchase from us once we make sure that they're good to go. All right. So you take the chip. Okay. Now it's going to have a clip on it already. So you have to take the clip on that's already on. You have to slide that one off. Okay, so y'all just slid that one off. Okay, let me put it close so you can see. Slide that first chip off. It's a chip on it and the clip. So you slide the clip off. And now we're going to take the clip with the chip and we're going to slide it back on. We're going to slide this one on. Just like that. Okay, slides off. And there's some little grooves in there, and you just put it in the groove, and then you just slide it on. Just fit it in the groove at the bottom, and you just slide it on till it clicks. Okay, so now we have our one-time use chip and clip on there. Okay, all right. Now, while I'm here with you with this one, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this vent plug out. Remember, you don't ever want to print with the vent plug. So go ahead and take the vent plug out. The vent plug is normally on our cartridges, they're going to be at the back. You always want to take that out. Vent plug out. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for the remaining. Go ahead and put my clips on with the chip. Take that off. Each one of these chips are coded for the color. Okay. So this is the cyan. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the cyan on. All right. Cyan is on. Oh, Take out my vent plug, take it out. Okay. Same thing with my yellow. My yellow clip and chip. Okay. Take my vent plug out. So I'm excited to see, if this printer is going to do okay with our chips and clips, because I think it's going to be a game changer for people that, you've been looking for that wide format printer and you just haven't been able to find one. Then maybe this 7310 will be good for you. Okay. All right. So I need to take the clip off of this one. Come on. And then put our chip and clip on. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's done. All right. So now back to the printer. All right. So it says that the initializing is complete. I'm going to say dismiss. Okay. I don't want to do any of this other stuff about the paper size and things like that. I'm just going to go to home. Let's see, proceed. See if it'll let me go to done. Now, what I want to do is go to home. I want to go to my settings. And then I want to scroll until I get to the maintenance. Click OK. And then from the maintenance, I want to do a ink cartridge replacement, because I want to take those original cartridges out and I want to put in our refillable cartridges that we just filled up with the one-use chip. So I'm going to say OK. Okay. And then it says to, let's see. Okay. It's asking me, do you want to replace the ink cartridge? Yes, I do. And then it says start. I'm going to click yes. And then it says open. Once it tells you to go ahead and open, then it's going to go over and then it's going to come back so that you can pull up the lid to replace the ink cartridge. Okay. All right. So now that it is good to go, I can go ahead and lift this up. See if I can let you guys see a little bit closer. Lifting this up, and I'm taking out those original cartridges. Now I'm going to put in my refillable cartridges, okay, that I put our clip and chip on. You don't have to worry about the contamination because we didn't print anything. There we go. Yellow. And you'll hear it clip snap down in there. Okay. Black. Okay, close that up. All right, guys. Let's see what's going to happen here. I'm going to put you back a little bit. All right, let's see what it's saying. It's saying it's preparing or it's processing. All right. Okay, so it's saying that it cannot recognize. Let's go next. Let's see. Okay. Okay. All right, so I'll try it again. Take it out. Push them back down in. All right. All right, so we're just trying to see if it's going to recognize these cartridges with the chips. And right now it's saying initializing. Please wait. So it's saying that it could take a little while to get this done. So like I said, I wanted to do this test because I know that there are a lot of crafters out there that you want to print wider. And I realized that Epson had come out with this new wide format printer, and it is a workforce, where you can get the cartridges. So I wanted to try it out. I did my research, got some clips with the one-time chip in stock. So this is our test to see if everything is going to work. And if it does, we'll make sure that we get we already have the 812 cartridges on the website, but I'm really testing the chips, okay? Because what's happening is for people that have the 7840 and the 7820, it takes the same 812 cartridge. And what people are actually doing is they are purchasing the cartridge and they're taking the chip off and putting the chip on the reusable cartridge, okay? And it just seems like such a waste because you have to throw the ink away. So I did the research, was able to find some chips with the clip. That way, once your ink is out, you don't have to spend the money to buy this and throw the ink away. All you have to do is just replace the clip and the chip, okay? And if it works, we'll be putting the chip and the clip up on the website. All right, so let's see. Okay, it looks like it may be good to go, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one print head cleaning, okay? I'm going to do one print head cleaning to see and do a nozzle check to see what it looks like. So hang tight, okay? So I'm doing a print head cleaning. So not sure what time of the day, night you're watching this from, but I hope you had a great day or going to have a great day. I'm just going to go ahead and do some little cleanup while we wait. Just make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like I stated, because I'm always on here doing either maintenance or, some type of business, and give you guys some type of business information. So make sure that you turn your notifications on. The Workforce printer is my favorite printer. I like the Workforce printer because I don't have to do very much as far as the colors and everything. So that's why I really prefer Workforce printers. I have a 7720 that I've had for 3 years. Works awesome for sublimation. And I also have the 7210 for sublimation. Okay. All right. So we got a little bit less than 2 minutes. That was a thing to have our alcohol wipes. You can get these off the Uline. You can go to Staples to get you some alcohol wipes. These actually work really well with cleaning up the sub ink. Okay. You can also use this process if you wanted to use the printer for pigment ink or regular ink. You would do the same exact process that I just did, but instead of using sublimation ink, you can use pigment ink for regular printing. It's very cost effective. You don't have to keep buying the ink. All you do, we even have the pigment ink in stock, and it lasts a very long time. So if you use it for chip bags or things like that, you can use pigment ink instead of sublimation ink. Okay. All right. So I think it is ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and put a sheet of paper in here so that we can test the nozzle check. Let's see. And it doesn't always come out, looking great on the first try. So we may have to do another check. Okay. So see what happens. We are printing a nozzle check right now. So as you can see, the printer did recognize the cartridges with the chips. Okay. So we're good to go when it comes to that. All right. So here we go. This is our first nozzle check. And it looks to me like the black is good. The yellow is good. But it looks like the magenta is not so good on this side right here. The blue is good as well. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more print head clean, and then I'm going to probably do just the magenta instead of doing all of them. All right. So we're going to try that again. It may not let me do just the magenta, because I know on my other printers I can do black or I can do, the colors, but this one is not letting me do that. So I'm going to just do just a full print head cleaning. All right. Click OK. So it's really not bad, for the first try. As you can see, the black is awesome. Everything else is awesome except for the magenta. All right. And once this is done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the Wi-Fi, and I'll go ahead and print one quick image for you guys. And I think we're going to be good to go. I think these chips are good. I'm pretty sure they're good because it recognized the cartridge. Okay. So we're going to print one image and we'll be good to go. Okay. So yeah, I just keep looking at this and I'm like, wow, you know, on the first try, it did very well on the first try. Okay, so we're almost there. We're almost there. Like I said, make sure you guys, if you are just now joining, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because I am always on here giving tips, doing maintenance on the workforce printers. Okay, you can only print the 13 by 19 from the back tray right here. Okay, you have two other trays here. Okay, 1 and 2. The biggest size these can print is 11 by 17. Okay, you can only do 11 by 17. That's the biggest from these trays. But you can do the 13 by 19 from this back tray. All right. I've also before I came on here, I made sure I went ahead and installed the driver. You want to make sure that you install the driver for this 7310 before you do any prints or anything. You want to make sure you install the drivers. It's gonna be one last thing that I have to do before I can print. I have to make sure I set up the Wi-Fi. All right, we are almost finished. I am a bit excited that these chips are good to go. We can put them on the website so that you guys can go ahead and get you a 7310 printer so that you can go ahead and print wide for those 3X, 2X shirts. All right, so we are ready to go. It says check. So I'm gonna go ahead, put the paper back in. Let's see. For this printer, it's going to be face down. Okay, so it's going to be face down in the tray. But I noticed that this back part right here is going to be face up. You're going to print on face up. Okay, so I'm going to put that in and I'm going to say check and print. Because it wasn't too bad. It was just a magenta. I'm not going to worry about doing another print head cleaning. I'm just going to print an image because I already know that it's printing. It's good to go. Okay. If my magenta keeps acting up, what I'll probably do is the push air method. I'll probably do the push air method. That way I can go ahead and get the magenta working correctly like it should. So I don't want to do too many print head cleanings like I said. What I'm going to do is and I may go ahead and do one more print head cleaning because this is a new printer, just so I can get that magenta to line up. So I'm just going to do one more, and that is going to be it. Okay, just one more, guys. So you don't want to do too many print head cleanings because on these printers, they have what's called a maintenance box. Okay, every time you print, every time you do print head cleanings, that maintenance box fills up. Once that maintenance box is full, you have to replace that maintenance box. So be careful when it comes to printing, when it comes to doing too many print head cleanings. Okay, I'm just doing it because I know this is a brand new printer. I haven't been doing too much on it, and I want to get that magenta a little bit better than what it is. So I'm gonna do one more, and we'll see what happens. So what I'm gonna do is, as soon as this is done, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set up the Wi-Fi, and I'm just gonna print something because I'm excited. It is almost finished. This process is not, it can be a little tedious, especially when you are putting the ink in the cartridge, but that's going to be the only thing that you're really going to have to worry about that's messy. Everything else is just about regular maintenance of your printer. All right. And I have several videos that'll help you with this printer, with the 7210, with the 7710 and 7720. All right. So I'm not going to do a check. I'll come back later and do a check. What I want to do now is I'm going to go ahead and set up my Wi-Fi. So it was general settings, network settings, and then Wi-Fi setup. Okay. And that says Wi-Fi direct. And then it's a Wi-Fi direct. No, I don't want Wi-Fi direct. Let me go back. So settings, general settings, network settings, Wi-Fi setup, so router, start setup, and then it says Wi-Fi setup wizard. And right now it's searching for our router. Okay. While it's doing that, I'm going to get my Wi-Fi information. And then I'm going to search for our network, which is right here. Okay. And now it's asking me for our password. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. I'm just putting in the Wi-Fi information right now. Bear with me. Once I put this in, I will be good to go. I won't have to worry about this again. All right. Hopefully I got everything right. That way we'll be good to go. Let me just check real quick. Yep. All right. Let's see if we can get it to go ahead and connect. It is working in the background. All right, it says my setup is complete. I'm gonna say close. I'm gonna go back home. Okay. And basically it's telling me to register my printer. I'll do that later. You always want to make sure you register your printer with Epson. That way, if you have any issues, you can just call them directly and they can walk you through any type of troubleshoot. All right. So now I'm gonna go back. I'm just gonna print another nozzle check. I'm not going to worry about how it looks. I just want to print another one. Then I'm going to go ahead and print a quick image. And we're going to be good to go. These chips are a thumbs up. Chips and the cartridges, they're thumbs up. On paper. So it is face down. So face up. That. Okay. Close. Close. Print. All right, so let me get back to my computer 1 second. All right, the magenta is still looking crazy, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll just do a push air through. Okay, I can see the 7310 on my options, which is good. I am going to print on 13 by 19, plain paper, bright white. This is what we use for the blank spot paper. You guys will see the link for that as well. Okay, so let me see. I want to print from the paper tray. Let's see if this will work out for us. Okay, I'm going to get a sheet of paper here. Now, whatever is red, it's probably not going to come out as well because I need to push some air through on that. And if you are getting that issue where one of your colors, you don't see it on the nozzle check, look for the push air through, push air, what is it? I'm trying to think of what the name of it is. Push air ink through video on our YouTube channel, okay? All right, so it says face up. So I'm gonna take and put my paper in here. Okay. Okay, so it is printing, as you can see. So it is printing, guys. Like I said, whatever is supposed to be red is probably not gonna show up. Red or pink or whatever, it's probably not gonna show up as well because I need to do the push air through method to get my my pink to come out. So yes, so I definitely need to do some maintenance to get my pink to come out. But guys, the chips and the cartridges, they work very well with this printer. As you can see, it printed out my image. I just need to do some maintenance on my my magenta, and we're gonna be good to go, family. We're gonna be good to go. All right, so this is D with the blank spot. We are located 9332 Notch Road. I came on here because I wanted to make sure that I do a demonstration on how to set up the 7310 workforce printer. This is Epson's newest printer. You can print up to 13 by 19 wide. Okay, we have the actual cartridges and the chips in stock. I just tested these to make sure that they work. The printer is recognizing them. They work. It prints. And guys, I think you guys are going to be glad that you can print larger. And we will put all of the descriptions and the links in the description for the cartridge and the chips, okay, so that you guys can go ahead and get your 7310 printer to print larger. Okay, this is D from the blank spot. I'm out. Make sure that you subscribe and come back for more tutorials. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.